Story 1. The Little Bird Who Dared to Fly. In a cozy little nest high above the trees, a baby bird named Pip peeked over the edge for the very first time. Below, the forest looked so big, and the sky stretched endlessly in every direction.
"Come on, Pip,"
said Mommy Bird gently.
"It's time to try your wings."
But Pip's tiny feathers trembled.
"What if I fall?"
he whispered.
"What if I'm not ready?"
Mommy Bird smiled and wrapped her wing around him.
"Everyone is scared the first time. But I'll be right here. You're braver than you think."
Pip shut his eyes tight, took a deep breath, and jumped. He flapped his tiny wings, but the wind was strong and his wings still too shaky. Pip wobbled in the air, then began to fall like a little leaf.
"I can't fly!"
he cried out. But then he saw Mummy Bird's eyes, full of hope and love.
"No, I have to try again."
The wind rushed under Pip's little wings. He shook his head, spread his wings wide, and this time he stayed steady. He soared, not very high, but he was flying on his own.
"I did it!"
Pip chirped, his eyes sparkling with joy. Mommy Bird flew beside him, beaming like sunshine.
"I am so proud of you, Pip. I always believed in you."
Pip smiled proudly. He was no longer the scared little bird. He was a brave one, learning to rise. Story 2. Luna the Lost Ladybug. Luna was a tiny ladybug who lived happily with her big family under a large lotus leaf by the pond. Each morning they played peekaboo on flower petals and buzzed together in the sunlight. But one windy day a strong gust swept Luna into the sky.
"Mommy!"
she cried, spinning helplessly in the wind. When the wind stopped, Luna landed in a patch of grass she didn't know. No one was around. She was all alone and lost. Luna blinked.
"Where am I?"
she whispered. Just then, a little honeybee flew over. "Are you okay?" he asked gently.
"I got lost from my family."
Luna sniffled. The bee called his friends. A colorful butterfly, a red ant, and a kind dragonfly came fluttering by.
"We'll help you find your way home,"
they said together. Luna smiled softly. She might still be far from home, but she wasn't alone anymore. With her friends' help, Luna flew past flower fields, followed the stream, and finally spotted the big leaf she called home.
"Mommy!"
Luna shouted with joy. Her mother hugged her tight, wings trembling with happiness. Before entering the nest, Luna turned to her new friends.
"Thank you so much!"
She beamed. The bee, butterfly, ant, and dragonfly waved goodbye with big smiles. From that day on, Luna didn't just have a family. She had amazing friends too. Story 3. Max and the Magic Seed. Max planted a tiny seed in the ground and watered it every day, but for many days nothing sprouted. He started to feel sad and wondered if the seed was truly magical. Max let out a big sigh and flopped down next to the garden bed.
"Maybe this seed isn't magical after all,"
he mumbled. But then he looked at his watering can and back at the dry soil.
"That's okay. I'll try one more time."
Max stood up, gently watered the spot again, and whispered,
"Grow strong, little seed."
One sunny morning, Max ran to his garden like every day. But this time, surprise! A tiny green sprout had pushed through the soil. Max's eyes lit up with joy. All the watering, waiting, and hoping had worked. His heart swelled with pride. The little seed had grown, just like his patience. Story 4. Tina cleans up the forest. One bright morning, Tina the little raccoon wandered into the forest to play. But something wasn't right. Candy wrappers, bottles, and paper bags were scattered all around the trees and bushes. Tina frowned.
Who left all this trash?
she asked. Nearby, the forest animals were laughing and playing, ignoring the mess completely. Tina's heart sank.
Don't they care about our home?
She whispered sadly. Tina took a deep breath, picked up a big leaf and used it to scoop the trash. She gathered wrappers into a basket, tugged bottles from the bushes, and even wiped sticky jam off a rock. Her tiny paws worked hard, one piece of litter at a time. The other animals watched curiously from behind the trees. Tina didn't say a word. She just kept cleaning, because she knew it was the right thing to do. Soon the other animals came out from hiding, one by one. The bunny brought a basket, the squirrel found a broom, and even the little hedgehog helped carry bottles. Together they worked until the forest floor sparkled. Flowers looked brighter, the trees stood taller, and the sun shone warmly through the clean leaves. Tina smiled, not because the forest was clean, but because everyone had joined her. Story 5. Oliver the Owl Learns to Listen. In the middle of a cozy classroom deep in the forest, little Oliver the Owl sat among his animal friends, squirrels, raccoons, bunnies, and hedgehogs. The wise old turtle teacher was explaining how stars shine at night, but before she could finish a sentence, Oliver flapped his wings and interrupted excitedly.
I know that. Stars are just shiny dots. I saw them last night.
He chirped loudly, cutting off the teacher and not letting others speak. The other students glanced at each other with polite smiles, while the teacher gently reminded,
Oliver, it's important to listen. You might learn something new.
But Oliver puffed up proudly, certain he already knew it all. The next day, Teacher Turtle was sharing a big surprise, an exciting field trip for the whole class. But as soon as the lesson started, Oliver hooted loudly, interrupting once again. He flapped his wings, talking about what he ate for breakfast. By the time he quieted down, the class had already voted on where to go.
Wait, what trip?
Oliver blinked, confused. He had missed the whole announcement. His friends looked at him with sympathy, but no one repeated the plan. From that day on, Oliver waited his turn and listened carefully. He discovered how much he could learn when he stayed quiet and paid attention. Story 6. Mia and the Sharing Shell. Mia the crab had a beautiful shiny shell she found by the beach. It sparkled under the sun like a hidden treasure, and she loved it dearly. Every time her friends came near, curious to take a peek or touch it, Mia quickly pulled it close and said,
No, it's mine!
The other sea creatures, Sam the starfish, Bella the seahorse, and Tim the turtle, felt a little sad but said nothing. Mia sat proudly beside her shell, thinking that keeping it to herself made her special. But deep inside, a little voice whispered,
What if sharing could make it even better?
One day, Mia saw her seahorse friend eating a delicious-smelling seaweed cookie.
Can I have a bite?
Mia asked cheerfully. But the seahorse shook their head and turned away without a word. Mia felt her heart sink to the bottom of the sea.
That's so sad. I just wanted to try a little bit,
she thought. The next morning, Mia saw her friends playing nearby. She smiled, then gently pushed her seashell toward everyone.
Would you like to take a look at my shell?
Mia asked softly. Her friends cheered with joy and rushed to give Mia a big hug. Mia's heart felt as warm as the sunlit sea. Sharing is truly joyful. Story 7. Ben's Rainbow Day. It was supposed to be a perfect play day. Ben had his boots on, his kite ready, and a big smile on his face. But then, the rain came. Tap, tap, tap. Raindrops fell against the window, and Ben sighed.
No park today?
He whispered sadly, watching the sky turn gray. Ben sat on the floor with a sigh, but then his eyes lit up.
What if the rain was part of the game?
He pulled out blankets, pillows, and chairs. Soon, the living room turned into a pirate ship. The pitter-patter of rain became ocean waves. The thunder, a dragon roaring in the distance. Just as Ben's ship sailed through the wildest storm, the rain stopped. Sunlight poured through the window and a rainbow stretched across the sky. Ben ran to the window, eyes wide with wonder. But this time, he was already smiling.
The rainbow is nice,
He whispered.
but the adventure I made was even better.
Story 8. Nina the Night Star. Far away in the quiet velvet sky lived a tiny star named Nina. Every night she looked around and saw how big and bright the other stars were. They shimmered like diamonds, danced with comets, and lit up the whole sky. Nina tried her best to twinkle, but she always felt dim.
Maybe I'm just too small to matter.
She whispered, gently fading behind a cloud. One night, Nina noticed something down on Earth. A little girl sat by her window, eyes filled with tears. She clutched her teddy bear, whispering wishes into the dark. Nina floated closer. She gathered all her tiny light and began to twinkle, just for the girl. The girl looked up, surprised. There in the sky was a small star, gently shimmering just for her. The little girl wiped her tears and smiled. She waved gently to the twinkling star outside her window. Nina's glow shimmered with joy.
I made her smile,
She whispered. In that moment, she felt brighter than ever before. Nina didn't need to be the biggest or the brightest. She just needed to shine her own special light. Story 9. Freddy Forgets to Say Thank You. It was Freddy's birthday, and all his friends had come to celebrate. They brought colorful gifts, handmade cards, and big, happy smiles.
Wow! Look at all these presents!
Freddy shouted with excitement. He tore through the wrapping paper, laughing and jumping around. But in all the fun, he forgot to say thank you. As the party went on, something felt different. Freddy was having fun, but his friends were quieter now. The bunny sat alone, her gift still unopened. The turtle looked down at his card and sighed.
Did Freddy even like what I gave him?
One whispered. No one said it out loud, but they all felt the same.
Maybe he didn't care?
After a while, Freddy stopped playing. He turned around about to call his friends to join him, but suddenly realized all three of them were sitting quietly, looking sad. Freddy was confused. He slowly walked over.
Why aren't you playing with me?
He asked softly. Bunny looked up gently and said,
We were happy to give you presents, but you didn't say thank you to anyone.
Mimi added.
We just wanted to feel appreciated a little.
Leo nodded sadly.
I made that bracelet with all my heart.
Freddy froze. His ears drooped and his eyes filled with guilt.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I was being thoughtless.
Then he gave his friends a warm hug.
Thank you all so much. I really love your gifts. From now on, I'll always remember to say thank you.
Story 10. The Quiet Caterpillar. In a peaceful corner of the forest, under the shade of tall trees, lived a tiny caterpillar named Colin. Colin was quiet and gentle. While the birds chirped loudly and the squirrels raced from branch to branch, Colin moved slowly from leaf to leaf, munching quietly. The other animals often overlooked him, or worse, teased him.
Why are you always crawling and eating? You'll never fly like us.
Laughed a bluebird.
Ha 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 ha! He's just a worm with legs,
Giggled a squirrel, leaping overhead. Colin didn't argue. He didn't shout back. He simply looked up, gave a tiny smile, and kept doing what he did best, chewing a leaf and minding his own journey. He didn't know what his future would be, but deep down, he believed that being quiet didn't mean he wasn't growing. The little caterpillar didn't get upset. Instead, he quietly focused on what he could do. He munched on green leaves every day, getting stronger and bigger. When the sun was warm, he rested on a soft leaf. He didn't rush, he trusted the process. Even though no one noticed, the little caterpillar was changing, slowly, patiently. One bright morning, the quiet caterpillar awoke to something incredible. His cozy cocoon cracked open, and out came not a crawling insect, but a beautiful butterfly with shimmering wings. The forest fell silent, then gasped in awe. The little caterpillar who once couldn't fly was now soaring high above the trees.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe for more.